I want to tell you a story if you got a few moments. I know a young lady who is about in her mid 20s, smart, vibrant, has a good attitude, got a lot going for her. She doesn't have any kids, and she still lives at home with her parents. Now, to protect privacy and everything, let's call her Sarah, shall we? Now, when Sarah and I first met, we did all the get to know you type questions like, where are you from? What do you do for a living? Stuff of that nature, right? But if anybody knows me, they know that it's not going to take very long for me to bring up investing. I'm going to give you investing advice whether you want it or not, because I want to see you do better with your financial life and have a better financial future, right? So I brought up investing to her maybe after about 2 weeks of knowing her. And she mentioned that she was invested in GameStop. Now, mind you, I was blown away by the fact that she was even invested in the stock market at all. She was trying to do something with her money that would help her in the long run. She just needed a little bit of guidance, right? So I said, hey, I applaud your effort, but you got to get out of GameStop. Dump that stock right now. And also keep this in mind. When I talk about investing, people generally don't listen to me. They say that they're going to open up a brokerage account and put some money in, but they never do. And to be honest, the only other person that listens to me is my mother, and she's doing exceptionally well with her portfolio. So Sarah, being a smart person as she is, she listened to the reasons that I gave her as to why GameStop was not a good long-term, short-term, any-term investment. And she got out of it. She got out of it quickly. Even showed me a screenshot of the sale of her position. And she ended up investing in an exchange traded fund that had a basket of stocks. And she just did that for a while until she could do some more research to find better individual companies to invest in. Now, keep in mind that although she still lived with her parents, she still had bills to pay. She didn't just get a free ride just because she was living with mommy and daddy. And she was not, and is still not, making a high six-figure salary. Matter of fact, she's making under $50,000 a year. So fast forward about a year later, I'm talking with Sarah one day, and she tells me that she's been having some trouble sleeping. As a matter of fact, she described it as having sleep paralysis. So I said, oh, me being a Christian, I said, well, it sounds like you're under demonic attack or some kind of demonic oppression. So I told her, read Psalm 91 every night and see if that drives those demons away. I prayed for her over the phone. I prayed for her in my private time. But she said the sleep paralysis was still happening. Not every night, but on some nights. And it was really starting to affect her quality of life. And after dealing with this for about a month, she eventually went to the doctor. And that's when the bad news came. They did a brain scan and they found a tumor on her brain. And that's what was causing the sleep paralysis. That's what was causing her to have a lack of stability even when she would stand up sometime. So of course, she was frightened. I would be too if they found a mass on my brain. And then she found out that she had to have surgery to have this tumor removed from her brain. And not too long before the surgery, I was talking to her, and she said, Rat Race, I'm afraid. And I said, what are you afraid of? You know, obviously it's a situation to be fearful of, but I just asked the question to just try to make conversation and try to comfort her as much as possible. She said, Rat Race, I'm just afraid of dying. I don't want to die knowing that I didn't do anything with my life. I don't want to die knowing that I didn't achieve anything and become all that I could be. And I said, Sarah, you might be young, but you are doing more now than a lot of people your age are doing. And let's not forget, you're doing the right thing with your money. And God is going to bless you and keep you. We're going to pray that he brings you out of this, and you're going to go on to do wonderful things. You're going to get married, raise a family, and you're going to lead a perfectly normal life. Just wait and see. We're going to stay in prayer. So she had the surgery and it was successful. And she went through a recovery phase. And of course, because they did surgery on her brain, she had some memory lapses when it came to understanding certain things. For a while, she had some trouble comprehending those things. And it was a bit of a recovery process. And she was out of work for, I would say, about 6 months. And after Sarah returned back to work, she was only working half days, which, allowed her time to reacclimate to the job and to learn things all over again that she may have forgotten. Now, once she felt well enough and she felt that she got a good handle on her faculties, she came to me. She said, Rat Race. Here's what she said. She said, I want to continue investing, and I want you to help me to continue to build my portfolio. Now, I am not a financial advisor, but again, I do play one on social media. And Sarah asked me, well, what should I invest in? And I told her 2 companies to invest in. And these are companies that I'm invested in. And just for full transparency, the 2 companies were Walmart and Chipotle. And do you know, 10 minutes later, she sent me a screenshot showing me that she bought shares in those companies. And I just congratulated her. I was overjoyed that she was doing something to help her financial future. And after she made those 2 purchases, I said, hey, when you get time or when you get more finances, there's one more company that you have to buy. And the name of that company was Nvidia. And she said, okay, well, I'll definitely buy some shares. I got to watch my money because I have to pay some bills. But the next time I get paid, I should be able to buy some more shares. I said, hey, it's no rush as long as you do it, right? Would you believe 10 minutes after I had that conversation with her and gave her that bit of advice, she sent me another screenshot showing me that she had bought 1 share of Nvidia. And at that time, Nvidia was $120 a share. And on top of that, she also revealed to me that in her mid-20s, she had a portfolio of almost $5,000. In her mid-20s. Imagine how much money she's going to have in her mid-30s, mid-40s, when she turns 50, when she turns 60, because she's that determined to change her financial future. She's that determined to have her older self be proud of the choices that her younger self made. So I told you that long story to ask you this question. What's your excuse? If Sarah can invest her money dealing with everything that she had to deal with brain cancer, to having surgery, to having short-term memory loss, to dealing with all the things that she has to deal with, but yet and still, she realizes the importance of being financially sound in your older age, because there's one thing that Sarah realizes. She might have help right now, but in the future, there's nobody that's coming to save you. As my mother always says, every tub got to stand on its own boat. What is your excuse? Why are you not putting away money for your future. You shop at Walmart, don't you? You buy groceries, you buy clothes, you buy all your cosmetics. Why are you not part owner of Walmart? Why can you not buy just one share to start off with and continue to invest? You eat Chipotle, don't you? You like your Chipotle bowls. Why do you not have at least one share of Chipotle to start off with? As the company grows, so does your wealth. You have an iPhone, don't you? You got all kind of electronics that have semiconductor chips in them. Why don't you buy one share of Nvidia and see where this thing takes you? I am begging you. Please get on the bandwagon. Don't be left behind. Do something for your future self. Don't just depend on Social Security. Don't just be like some people, I'm never going to retire. I've seen people say that and actually laugh about it. Ladies and gentlemen, it is not a game. If you don't help you, nobody will. Please listen to this story as many times as you have to. Take a note or two from Sarah. Take this thing seriously. No, money isn't everything, but money sure makes life a lot easier. Money makes it easier for you to focus on things that really matter in life instead of having to sign up for overtime just so that you can make ends meet. Stop telling yourself lies. Stop accepting a defeated attitude. Stop accepting the garbage that society is feeding to you. You can do this. Financial freedom is for anybody. I don't care what you've heard. I'm here to tell you that financial freedom can be had if you only start. Little axes chop down big trees. And you know that it only takes one lit match to start a huge forest fire. And it only takes starting with $1 for you to become a millionaire. But you gotta start. You gotta plan now. Let's get it together, people. Let's develop a plan. Let's take action. And ultimately, let's escape this rat race. I love y'all. Take care.